Hello everybody, welcome to ESOL 6503 Practicum with English Language Learners. This is just a quick overview of your syllabus. You want to make sure that you do read it in its entirety. You can see here the course description. It's really a chance to put everything together that you've been learning about English language learners in your own classroom. There is a textbook called Techniques and Principles in Language Teaching. If you don't have it already, which I'm sure most of you do, you'll want to get it as soon as possible. There's another book listed there, and that's your SIOP book that you used in ESOL 6003, the Methods course, that we'll use just so you can go back and you can review the different SIOP components. So the course objectives, we'll be looking at different language teaching methods and comparing and contrasting them, looking at the role of first language in different program models, looking at the language teaching and thinking about your students in your classroom, and thinking about the role of culture when teaching English language learners. And finally, you'll put all that together and plan and implement and effective instruction for English language learners. Below the course objectives are the unit goals for the School of Education, so you'll take some time to read through those. Now for the course requirements. You've taken many courses before and know that attendance participation is 20% of your grade. That includes making sure you're on Moodle, reading the forum posts and contributing to the forums, and those kind of things are considered your attendance participation. And it's so important. You learn so much from each other. So make sure that you're fully attending each week. As far as technology, you need to have the good broadband internet, microphone, and webcam. You probably need Dropbox, and you may need Skype if you're out of the Kansas City metro area. QuickTime or something that can be used to record. You can use a phone, you can use a digital camcorder, but you'll need to record yourself teaching, and I'll talk more about that in just a minute. We also may use Focus X2i. It's our new video capture software, and we'll try using that. Your assignments should all be submitted through Moodle unless otherwise noted. You'll have 2 visits by me to your classroom, and I'll use the SIOP form to give you feedback on things that you're doing really well for your English language learners and things that you might think about doing differently. And we'll see if there's some improvement in using the SIOP and implementing those components into your classroom. There'll be a large assignment called the teacher work sample, but it's actually 4 different components. You'll write at least a 3-day unit lesson plan or 3 days of a unit lesson plans, and then you'll have different criteria to look at. Criterion 1 deals with your classroom and the contextual information about it. Criterion 2 looks at the lesson plans that you've written and really breaks those down. And then criterion 3 is an analysis and reflection of student learning after you've taught the lessons. The next assignment is a videotaped lesson. So in your classroom, you're going to videotape yourself. And I know I can already hear the groans, oh, I hate doing that. But it really is a good reflection tool for you to record yourself and watch it and see what you think you're doing well, what you think you can improve on. With that same lesson that you've recorded, you'll be in a group of 2 or 3, and your peers will review your lesson also, and then they'll be able to give you feedback on what you're doing well and what you might think about doing differently. And it's amazing how much you all can learn from each other. And then the last assignment is the TESOL standards paper, and we'll look at the TESOL domain of professionalism, and you'll write a 2 to 3 page paper indicating how you're meeting those standards under professionalism. The next section of the syllabus is the class schedule and assignments. It just shows you each unit, the weekly topics, the objectives of the unit, the readings, and then the discussion forum and the assignments. And of course, each week on Moodle, there'll be an agenda. You'll open that up and it will have a lot more details, but this will just give you a good overview of what to expect for the course. So take time to look through those, and there's one for each week or each unit. And here is the points. All of our courses in the graduate program are based on 100 points, and so you can see the breakdown of the points there, and then the scoring criteria. As far as course policies and guidelines, make sure all your papers are in Times New Roman 12-point font. Our more formal papers will be using the APA style. Honesty policy, the big thing with this is making sure that you cite appropriately, cite sources appropriately. If you use somebody else's ideas or somebody else's work, make sure that you give them credit. And a lot of times people inadvertently plagiarize and not even meaning to, so just be careful of that. Late work policy, the easiest thing to do is just not have anything late, because things that are late, for every day that they're submitted late, it's 10% off up to 3 days, or up to 30%. After 3 days, no credit is given for the assignment. You'll still want to make sure that you turn it in, but no credit will be given. Finally, the Maybe Library and Learning Commons is a great support system here at MNU, and I want to make sure the graduate students know that they are able to access it too, even if you're not on campus. Go to the MNU portal and you'll see information about the library. And I tell you, the staff there are some of the most helpful people that you'll ever come across. They really, truly want to help you. Also at the library is the Kresge Academic Support Center, and that's if you have any needs with tutoring, with special accommodations, you would go to the Kresge Center. And again, you don't physically have to go there. There is the website or the phone number. Another resource is the online tutoring or smart thinking. Again, you can get to that through the portal. And this, for us, it's probably going to be used more for writing. If you have some writing issues, you can get some help through the smart thinking. TaskStream. TaskStream is a way that we collect data. And so in every course, you probably have had one assignment that you have to submit to TaskStream. And that will be our teacher work sample. And I'll just have you submit the rubric, actually. Submit everything else through Moodle, and then I'll just put your score in TaskStream. Again, we use it for data collection purposes. Again, the accommodation, that goes back to the Kresge Center. If there's any accommodation that you need, just let them know, and we can work with you on that. And then the rest of the syllabus is the references and the websites that I've looked at to develop the course. So just a quick overview. Again, read it in its entirety, but if you have any questions, just call me or email me and I'll get back to you. Make sure that you look at your agenda each week and do all the things that are listed in the agenda. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great rest of the day.